Hello everybody, I'm Catherine. Welcome to Dryer Days Art Studio. I'm so happy to have you here. This is the piece I will be working on today. I've been working on this piece for a couple of months. I started it a couple months ago and set it aside. I had a couple things going on and picked it back up. It is a roughly 12 by 12 inch board. It's birchwood, and this little mini is a 4 by 4 inch that I did at the same time with the same colors. So let's get right into it. If you want to see how I prep my boards, I will put a link to that video in the description. And also, if you want to hit the little eye up in the upper right hand corner of your screen, there should be a link to that video now of how I kind of prep these boards. And I use an epoxy sculpt to make those barriers. I get that question all the time about my barriers, and it is an epoxy sculpt. I do like to paint my boards in the color scheme that I plan on using. I do pick out a palette beforehand. Everything is pretty planned before I get going on these. Prep work is so important. It is the foundation of a geode. Resin can be so tricky, and by the time you're coming in with your resin, you do want to have a game plan. At least I do. I'm a planner. I need to have that in place. So I do get a lot of questions too about what paint I use as my base. Usually I just use a craft paint. I do use a lot of Liquitex Basics paints in my pouring, but usually for my geodes, I do use like a folk art or an artist loft craft paint. They can be a lot easier to mix together if I want to get a hue that I don't have just straight out of the bottle. They're a little bit looser, and I can mix colors a lot easier that way. I do tend to come in first with my darker colors, just to kind of plan out where I want those shadows to be, where I want the darker colors to be, and that is what I'm doing here. I did mix together a dark green with a black to get this really sort of deep green here. And because I am doing a little mini at the same time, I'm going to come in and I'm going to use those same exact colors that I use on the geode on this little mini. And just building on my colors here, now I'm going to come in with my lighter green. I unfortunately did not film my entire painting progress, but you will see in the next clip here when it is all finally done and painted. And now comes my favorite part of the prep work, and that is laying in my glitter, any stones or studs. I did use some glitters from Laura's Art Corner, and the link to her store will be in the description. Anything that you see me using in any of my videos, you can always find links in the description of where I buy them, where you can find them, and quite a few coupons down there in the video description for you to buy your stuff. I do try to use real semi-precious stones wherever I can, so I am laying in here some real bloodstone. I got them from a friend of mine that has a metaphysical shop, and sometimes he gets extra chips and he'll send me things like that. And I do have a shop as well that I like in Central Ohio that I find a lot of raw stones. You can find stones at Laura's Art Corner. There are some at Just For You Online UK as well. These are both people that I shop through a lot. And but you know, kind of explore your community too. If you're really looking for a specific kind of stone, like I use a lot of chrysocolla, which can be difficult to find, but I do find it at that little crystal shop there in Central Ohio. So those kind of things I won't have links for in the description because they don't have a place online to find them, but that's why I just encourage you to explore, get creative, and you can find all kinds of stuff. This is just a crushed mirrored glass that I found at Michael's, and those studs I found at Michael's as well. So now I have all of my stones and glitter that I want to glue down already on the piece. And this time I'm using Pro Marine resin, and you can find a link to buy that in the description as well. And you can see up there I'm using some products from Resin, and I really like their pigment paste. In this piece I'm going to be using their Molten Gold, which is beautiful. But a big reason too that I want to use the Pro Marine is because sometimes different pigments will react differently with different resin, and I really wanted my pigments in this piece to have more of a lacing look. And I know from experience and also from talking to Laura at Laura's Art Corner that the Resin white and some of their other pigments tend to lace a little bit better in the Pro Marine. Now, there are pieces like my stag head that I did, which I'll put a link right here in the upper right hand corner and also in the description of this video. I did a stag head where I did more of like a nebula, and I used the white in there, and I didn't want the white to lace quite as much. I wanted a more distinct look with my white, and so I wanted to use my stone coat resin in that case. So it just depends on what look you're going for, but just to have the background knowledge and know these kind of things going in, you won't have too many surprises when you're at that point where you're working with your resin and you have a limited amount of time to work and you don't really want any surprises. And these things just come with trial and error, but also from listening to artists like myself who have been there and done it and know. So here I'm just coming in like I always do, and I'm just drizzling over the top some clear resin over my stones, over my glitter, because sometimes all of it doesn't get glued down and it can be loose, and if you come in and move it at all, or if you hit it with your heat gun, it can blow stuff all over the place. So I just like to come in and drizzle on my clear. I am using some glitter there too from Rebel, from Just For You Online UK. And again, all the stuff you can find down in the description. That is a pigment, mica pigment there too from Stone Coat. So yeah, just like I said, check out the description if you guys want to use any of these products. They are all outstanding. And I hope you enjoy. I'll go quiet here so you guys can just watch a little bit, and I'll be back later. all of these products really complemented each other very nicely. This molten gold is to die for from Resin. And, you can really get different techniques depending on if you lay your clear resin down first and lay your pigment inside of it, or if you lay your colored resin down first and then your clear over it. So definitely play around. As I'm doing right here, I am going back in and adding a little clear over on top just to give a little bit more of a marbled look. You can see up in that top section how that white really laced nicely. Just beautiful. I did lay in some of that gold glass glitter from Laura's Art Corner, and I love that stuff because it will sink to the bottom because it is glass. It's a little heavier, and it just gives such a cool 3D dimensional look in there. And you can also kind of sprinkle that on top too once your resin is a little tacky, like 15 to 30 minutes after you've put your resin down. You can just sprinkle that glass glitter on top, and that's beautiful too. I'll show that in a future video. The Rebel glitter over there, which is like a green with some bronzy brown glitter mixed in as well, was just the perfect complement to this piece. It really helped that first section there, which was the dark green, pop and come alive. So just all these products just really went nicely together. I hope you guys enjoyed the process. I did come in about 3 hours after I stopped working, and I pulled that tape off around the edges and I hit it with my heat gun and just did move some of that resin around the edges so that there's a nice blended look on this piece. And then I let it sit and cure for another about 20 hours. Came in and pulled off that tape off the back of the piece. Got any drips off, so the back is nice and clean and beautiful on here, and the edges are nice and blended. After I did all that and the piece was nice and cured at about 72 hours, I am coming in with my Uniposca markers and just blending in a little bit, especially right here. There just was such a harsh, I felt, sort of line between the mirrored glass chips and that green glitter, and I wanted to blend it a little bit, and that's what I love using these markers for, is just giving a little bit more of a blended look, but you can also achieve trying to create highlights and shadows with your markers as well, so definitely utilize those. With this piece, I had not come in yet and done a top coat. I probably will, and I may come in with my Stone Coat art resin to do that final top coat. And that's okay to do. You can mix your resins, you can play around with that. I definitely encourage it. Just finishing up my mini here. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the process of these two pieces. I love them. I think they're gorgeous. If you're a green and gold lover, these are definitely some pieces for you. Here it is all finished. Like I said, I have not done a top coat yet, a clear coat, but I probably will. And all of those products just looking beautiful together in there. I love how the bloodstone just blended right in. That molten gold is just gorgeous. I love it in there. And you can see how the white just really tied in and laced beautifully. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Come check me out on Instagram at Dryer Days. I also have a Facebook group, Dryer Days Art Studio Resin and Fluid Art Group, if you want to check that out. And until next time, everybody, keep on pouring.